So when we talk to authors, when you go to a company and you actually speak to the people who actually create e-learning content and create simulations, um, they tend to use products like Articulate and Captivate, any sort of screen tool. So let's take an example of a process that has 10 fields on the first screen, 10 fields on the second. Effectively, it's 10 different screens, and on each screen, there's 10 pieces of information that you're going to enter, right? And let's say, for instance, that the very first piece of information is that you have to enter Mr. Brendan Scullion, effectively my name, and you put Mr. in, because what happens is those products, they take a picture of the screen, the first screen when it's blank, with no information. And then when you enter Mr., it then takes a picture of the word Mr. with all the rest of the fields blank. So every time you enter a field, it takes another picture. So effectively, on the screen that has 10 elements to be entered, it's taken 11 pictures. It's taken the blank one at the first, and then it's taken a picture after everything's been entered. Okay. Then maybe the next screen has Mr. Brendan Scullion across the top. Not something you enter because it's now going to, I don't know, maybe take information about my car, or on the next screen it's going to take information about my bank, or whatever. It's going to take information. I'm going to enter more and more information about myself as we go through. But on the second screen, it will do exactly the same. But Mr. Brendan Scullion is at the top, but as you enter the other fields, it will take another 10 or 11 pictures. On the third one, it will do the same. So over 10 screen process, you've probably taken 110 pictures of screens, right? So now I get knighted by the Queen, something that probably will never happen, but you never know. And I'm now changed to Sir Brendan Scullion rather than Mr. So I'm going to go in now and I'm going to change Mr. to Sir, right? So I've got 110 pictures. How do I go in and change it? First of all, how do I change a picture? It's not data, it's actually a picture. So I'd have to go into Paint, would I, and blank it out and put Sir in, and then I have to do it on those 11 screens, and then I have to do it on those 11 screens. That's 110 screens, right? Or I use Assima software that hasn't taken a picture, that's captured Mr. as data, and I go in and I change Mr. to Sir. I change it once, and not only does it change on every screen, on every time it's there, if I've got 500 other lessons that has Mr. Brendan Scullion, it's also changed on them, not just on the screens. If we've created documentation, output, HTML or Word, it's changed there. So I go in and I change Mr. to Sir once, and it changes everywhere. That's hugely powerful. Imagine, we had one company where they were bought by another company, and we had to go in and simply change the name of the company. Imagine how many screens the name of the company is in, on a picture. It was something that they actually thought was going to take months and months, right? It took a couple of days, right? Because we were able to manipulate the data very easily. So we also use this functionality of changing data when we capture from a live application, because you're not allowed to, nowadays, you're not allowed anyway to use live data. So now it's my payroll system and it is Mr. Brendan Scullion, but it now has my bank account on it. So I'm capturing it, but because we don't take a picture, even before it's hit a server or a disk or anything, I can change my bank account to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it's saved. And then it actually, then every piece of training material created on that on that example, using my payroll or my bank account details, I can now effectively capture from a live application and train at scale. I can capture it, modify it, and send it to hundreds of thousands of people without worrying about it. And let's say I made a mistake and I didn't change the sort code. I actually captured the live sort code. And I realized later on it's in 500 lessons, it's in this document and that document. That's okay. I can go in and I can change the sort code once, press the button, republish, and everywhere my sort code every single document, line, screen, wherever it is on the training material, it's changed once. It's such a powerful tool. It saves you 90% of the effort when you're capturing and when you want to change something, when you have sensitive data, or when you simply want to change something, like in the Mr. Tessera example.